Planning Works meeting to order. We have a very full day today, I think, although the first two committees are fairly light, thankfully. Any declaration of pecuniary interest? Just one note beforehand. I'm not predicting that we will be ahead of schedule after ANF, but there was some suggestion that we might do our caucus item, the one and only caucus item we have after ANF if we're ahead of schedule, because community services probably should not start earlier than planned. And we just have one item, as opposed to waiting till the end of community services, which might be sometime this evening, or well, maybe not that bad, but and then we would do the caucus item. But we'll, if that meets with everybody's approval, if in fact we're ahead of schedule, but there's not a lot of time that either of these two committees have been allotted, so that may not be possible. But I suspect we only need about 10 minutes for the caucus item in any event, so, which is a planning and works item, as you know. So. Declaration of pecuniary interest, I think I've asked that already. The consent agenda for your consideration. Any questions on any of those items you want to discuss or extract from the consent agenda? Seeing none, I'll accept a motion to, sorry, I haven't looked yet. Councillor Clark.
Thank you, Chair. I'm probably the last person who should be delaying things, but I did have one question about the infrastructure funding. The list of projects includes some that don't look like transit to me. They look like active transportation. Does that somehow fall under this funding?
Okay. Mr. Dyer?
Yes, through you, Mr. Chair. Yes, the projects that we've selected and put in that list, we believe do meet the criteria as set out in the program. We'll confirm that as we go through the application process.
Is that because they're links to transit?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, motion. Councillor Foxton, Councillor Kiefer, all in favor of the consent agenda. All that's carried. The first item of the regular agenda is there are no presentations. The first is the surplus declaration of 3 houses on Mill Street. Any discussion on that? Motion, Councillor Banabek, Councillor Armstrong. All in favor? It's carried. The next item is the reducing litter and waste in our communities discussion paper. Chair Redmond.
Thank you, Chair Galloway. There's no presentation. This is for information. Is that correct?
There is a recommendation supporting the effort.
So I would be happy to move the recommendation. I'd also like to add to it as a friendly amendment. And that's basically to acknowledge that plastic waste is an urgent environmental issue, creating disposal concerns, and that's really the whole essence of the discussion paper the province has put forward for comment. And it does require action by the federal and provincial government of Ontario to exercise leadership in order to adequately address this. However, I would ask that the Region of Waterloo ask regional staff Council asked staff to investigate the legal mechanisms, including bylaws, for the possible banning of single-use plastics in the region of Waterloo, and that report would come back with strategies on how most expeditiously and effectively we could move forward with an initiative like that, and that we would then take that message to AMO.
Okay, so that's Councillor Clark.
Thanks. I would be very happy to support that. I do a little volunteer cleanup of Lakeside Park. We all take turns emptying recycling bins, and my night happened to be last night, and there were 32 single-use water bottles in 3 recycling bins. That was almost all that was in the bins.
Okay, so would somebody like to move the recommendation? Chair, let me move it with the addition, and seconded by Councillor Clark. Ready for the, all in favor? That's carried. The next item is the Snyder's Road improvements in Baden. So this is the project or the design which we are now approving or about to approve or amend as you may see fit. There are, I don't believe, any delegations here in regards to this project, none registered. Making some fairly substantial changes to Snyder's Road in Baden with active transportation facilities, but also continuing to have parking on the street. Councillor Armstrong.
I'm happy to move the recommendation. As always, these will not be 100% viewed as perfect, but I think it's a good compromise that's been done, and I'm looking forward to having it done. As I've been telling people that it's supposed to be done next year, the last 3 years, so it's happy to get it done. And hopefully this is the last time I have to tell them.
Okay, so you're moving it? Councillor Foxton's going to second it? Chair Redmond, you're seconding it? Oh, no, I've got a seconder. Yeah. Okay, all in favor? That's carried. Any other matters to bring to the meeting? Oh, Nancy?
Just a reminder that tomorrow there will be the standard of care training from the Walkerton Center.
Right.
And there's 2 sessions, one from 9 to 12 and the other one from 1 to 4. Those councillors that are registered, just a gentle reminder that it'll be here in council chambers. So look forward to seeing you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you. Motion to adjourn. Councillor Erb, Councillor Harris, all in favor? Thank you.